Are you guilty of holding yourself back in your short-term rental business?
Whether it's fear, bad habits, or outdated strategies, 2025 is the year to transform and make your business the best that it can be.
This is going to be a very good year. Very good.
So today we're sharing 5 things that short-term rental investors need to stop doing in 2025.
Some of these might sting, but we promise it's for the best. So let's jump in.
Let's start with the big one. In 2025, you need to be proactive and not reactive in your business.
Waiting for problems to arise before you address them isn't sustainable, and it's one of the quickest ways to get to hosting burnout.
If you're constantly putting out fires, you're going to be stuck in survival mode, and that is not the way to grow your short-term rental business.
The good news is that being proactive isn't as overwhelming as it sounds. We encourage you to take a little time and reflect and look at the themes of how things were running in the last year.
Start with the basics. What are some of the repeated issues that came up during the last year? Is there a maintenance issue that you've been putting band-aid fixes on, but now it's time for a proper repair or replacement? Is there a common guest complaint that needs addressing?
It's also a good time to take a look at your systems and figure out what reminders or routine tasks can be automated. And for these tasks, we really love BREEZEWAY.
We've talked a lot on our channel about how we use BREEZEWAY to automate our cleaning scheduling, but we also use it to track maintenance issues to make sure that things are getting fixed in a timely manner and nothing gets missed.
We also use it as a reminder tool for recurring preventative maintenance tasks, things like changing AC filters or changing out the batteries in smoke detectors.
If you'd like to take advantage of our special offer from BREEZEWAY in 2025, you can access the details in the description box below or go to arrivals.com/BREEZEWAY.
We did a full video recently on tips for preventing hosting burnout, and if you want to take a look at that, we'll leave a link in the description box below.
At the end of the day, being proactive isn't just about saving yourself from the headaches of things that might come up. It's about setting things in place so that you have more time to focus on the big picture of your business.
So take a hard look at where you've been reactive to things in your business in 2024 and ask yourself, how can I get ahead of these things in 2025?
I can do better.
The second thing that we want you to stop doing in 2025 is waiting for the perfect time to act on your goals.
The unfortunate truth here is that there's never going to be a perfect time to invest or reinvest in your business. Life doesn't just suddenly clear up and make time for you to take bold steps.
Whether you're thinking about buying your first property, expanding your portfolio, or making big updates to your current rentals, waiting for the perfect moment will ultimately leave you waiting on the sidelines.
Yeah. Life is always going to be busy, so if you run your numbers, check things twice, why not go for it?
And we're speaking from experience here. We're guilty of this as well. At this time last year, we had a laundry list of reasons why we were not ready to purchase our next investment property. We had just bought a personal property 6 months prior. We needed to hire a full-time employee for our business, and we were busy with the day-to-day responsibilities of running our property management business, of kids and YouTube and homeschooling and all the things.
But we also knew that none of that was just going to go away anytime soon, so we both kind of talked through it, made a goal for ourselves to purchase a property in the first quarter of 2024 with no excuses.
We were nervous, but we had set that goal, so we surrounded ourselves with accountability and we prepared ourselves, mentally and financially to act whenever an opportunity arose.
It was hard, but it all worked for us, and it's a project that really has changed our lives. You can check out our video series in the description box below of the whole process of us buying and setting up the castle.
While we're encouraging you to be bold and to act on your goals, we don't want you to act recklessly. Make sure you're doing your research, run the numbers, and make sure that everything makes sense before you act on it. Our point here is to not let fear or busyness hold you back from going after those goals.
Goals aren't just about acquiring new properties either. Maybe it's about reinvesting in a current property of yours by refreshing amenities or adding new decor, or tackling big maintenance items that are on your list that we just mentioned before.
There's always going to be things competing for your attention, but progress happens when you take that leap, regardless of the timing.
So in 2025, let's stop waiting for the perfect time that doesn't really exist. Set your goals, get your finances in order, and be prepared to act when the opportunity is right. Your future self is going to thank you.
I'm doing it.
The third thing that we want you to stop doing in 2025 is ignoring your numbers. You can't manage what you can't measure, and the key to success in your short-term rental business is knowing your financials inside and out.
This isn't about just tracking how much you're making. It's about understanding your costs, identifying areas to save, and then making informed decisions on how to make your business more profitable.
When finding areas in your business to save, it's not just about cutting costs, it's about cutting those costs in a smart way. So looking for ways to reduce your expenses without sacrificing the guest experience.
For example, we always use smart thermostats to manage energy usage at our properties, and then we regularly take a look at our supply purchases to make sure we're getting the best deal.
One thing that a lot of investment property owners are neglecting to do is hiring an accountant who specializes in short-term rentals and investment property tax strategies.
We're not talking about someone who can just crank out tax returns. You really need someone who can look at your business and help you optimize deductions, plan for growth, and make sure your business is structured in the most tax efficient way.
So in 2025, make it a priority to really dig into your finances, explore different ways to save or grow, and overall just build a solid financial foundation for your business.
The fourth thing that we want you to stop doing in 2025 is settling for good enough. It's time to take a hard look at your property and ask yourself, have you really maximized the potential?
Sometimes all it takes are a few little changes to enhance the guest experience at your property. Maybe you need to upgrade your linens or add a few kitchen amenities or replace that tired looking piece of furniture. But other times you need to think bigger. Are there areas of your property that are outdated or underutilized? And how is your property comparing to the competition in your area?
Here's a new way to look at it. Let's say you're saving for a down payment for a new property, and instead of using that for a new property, ask yourself, what if I used that same amount of money and reinvested it into my current property? What are the things I would do?
Could you be adding amenities or updating your property that would lead to a match in profit or maybe even exceeding the profitability of adding a new property?
That's exactly what we're planning to do with one of our properties, and we're going to share the details of that once they're finalized. So the key here is that for us, before jumping into the next acquisition, we're really going to reinvest in our current properties to try and maximize their rentability and their profit potential.
Let's make some money, people.
And don't forget to evaluate the basics. Are your photos professional? Is your listing clear and compelling? Sometimes a refresh in those areas can have just as big of an impact as adding new amenities.
The message here is this: stop settling for good enough and ask yourself how you can make your property the best that it can be. Your guests are going to notice, and so will your bottom line.
The fifth thing we want you to stop doing in 2025 is trying to do it all yourself. We know that it is tempting to hold on to every part of your business because no one else is going to take the same care and have the same attention to detail as you do.
Trust us, we've been there. For far too long, we avoided hiring because of that and because we also didn't want to take a pay cut.
But doing it all ourselves didn't just cost us time, it also limited our potential for growth.
When we made the first full-time hire in our property management business, it felt like a big leap. But in reality, it really freed up a lot of time where we could focus on areas that were going to grow our business and grow our revenue.
And we know not everyone is going to be in the position of needing to hire a full-time employee. But for example, if you're managing a property remotely, just making sure that you have a local contact that you can really count on, rely on, someone that can be there in case of an emergency or to meet a contractor, the list goes on and on. So in 2025, let's stop thinking of delegating as a cost and think of it more as an investment. The right support will free up your time to work on the parts of the business that you actually enjoy and the ones that lead you to growth.
Remember, you didn't get into this business to burn out. If you surround yourself with people you trust, you'll be amazed at what you can accomplish.
Let me help you. I am unstoppable today.
So there you have it. 5 things to stop doing in 2025 to have a stronger and more successful short-term rental business.
Let us know in the comments what changes you're thinking of making in 2025, or if you're already down the path of implementing some changes, share those in the comments to inspire the rest of us in the community.
And if you're looking for more ways to level up your short-term rental business, we'll leave another video linked here on screen that we think you'll want to check out next.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.